Hello, my name is Rosalind Zacharias, and I am the Employment Specialist for the Steps to Success program. Today I'm going to be doing a workshop for you guys on budgeting. And as always, I like to start off by giving you guys our information and how to find us. You can find us at www.lssjacks.org. That's our location information, and if you have any questions about our program or you're interested in our program, we offer completely free services to clients on career coaching, financial coaching, as well as income support. So if you need any one of those, go ahead and give us a call at 904-730-8254. Again, all of our services are completely free to our clients. So to start off, what is a budget? So a budget is going to be a plan that you create in order to manage your money in a way that's most effectively meeting your personal needs and wants. So just to be short and sweet, it's a way to track your money. So having an idea of where your money is going. So that's kind of like the definition of what a budget is. So what are the benefits of using a budget and budgeting overall? So when you're budgeting or when you start to budget, you have better financial habits. So definitely using a budget kind of helps you gain those better financial habits. It helps you to achieve your financial goals. A lot of the times people set budgets in order to set a financial goal or to achieve a financial goal. So by working with your budget, doing budgeting, you're able to achieve more of those financial goals. It helps you to manage your money and of course increase your savings because you're having an idea of where everything is going, so you'll end up saving money. You're not spending unnecessarily spending, which is the next point here. And then you have a more you're able to direct your money flow. So again, you know where your money's going. Any money coming in has a place to kind of go. So those are really the benefits of budgeting. So what happened? So now what we're going to do is kind of go over some tips for starting a budget. So you know what it is and you know the benefits of it. So what can I do to start a budget? I'm interested in doing a budget. What are some things I can do? So a quick overview of the rest of the presentation. We'll go over setting financial goals. Then we'll move into estimating your income. And then we'll go into recording what you spend, budgeting for actual and unexpected expenses, and then we'll finish off with reviewing and evaluating monthly. So to start, let's talk about setting those financial goals. So we really want to make sure that we're thinking for long-term and short-term financial goals, and we're making it kind of concrete. We're writing it down somewhere, having it on a piece of paper somewhere that you can see, so that you remember or you can always reference back to. So in terms of short-term goals can be things that you want to happen within a year. So for example, it can be to increase your credit score. Maybe you want to increase your credit score by 60 points by the end of the year or something like that. Something else you can do, another example for a short-term goal is having an emergency fund. I know that's a really big one right now, especially in the time of, the pandemic and coronavirus. A lot of people didn't have an emergency fund and a lot of things kind of went south. So having an emergency fund would definitely be beneficial as one of your goals to set. Next, another short-term goal can be a Christmas fund. Christmas happens the same time every year, and some people get shocked by it. They're like, "Oh, it's coming close, and I don't have any money for it. What am I going to do about buying presents and all that stuff?" Well, Christmas comes at the same time every year, so a good thing to do for a goal might be to set up a Christmas fund, putting away money specifically for Christmas presents and things of that sort. And then with short-term goals, there's also long-term goals. So these are going to be the goals that are from 1 to 5 years that you probably want to accomplish between 1 and 5 years. And examples of those are going to be purchasing a home, maybe starting a retirement fund, or even purchasing a car. So I just wanted to give you guys some examples of the differences between the short and long-term goals. But setting goals is definitely a great way to start thinking about budgeting. Next, you want to work on estimating your income. So you want to make sure that you're recording every stream of income that you have in a month. So that's something that you can do to kind of start off. Think about in a whole month, what did you spend? Think about the wages you earn from jobs and even supplemental income like child support, disability, benefits like SNAP, anything like that. See where see all of the things that are coming in and kind of take note of that. And write down the dates that you received the money so that you have an idea of what your total income is for one whole month. And that's going to be a really great way to kind of see, okay, this is all the money I have coming in. What am I going to do with it now? So that'll be a great second step for your budgeting, kind of you're starting your budget. Next, we want to record what we spend. So we want to review the last month's bank statements and look at where your money went. So now in the last step, we estimated our income. Now we're going to see, okay, where is that money going? So we want to make sure that we're calculating our total spending. And a quick activity that you can do, or maybe not so quick, but an activity that you can do is starting now for the next month, keep a journal of everything you spend money on, every single thing you charge, you spend cash on, anything. Record it, write it down, put it on an Excel sheet if you like Excel sheets. You can make a list, things like bills, food, gas, those can be some categories, or you can make up categories of your own that kind of fit better with your stuff. I know whenever I've done it, I've done bills, or food, rent, stuff like that. So you can really customize the categories to what fits with your kind of spending habits. But take note of that and see where your money's going. I know a shocking one is always going to be the food. People never realize how much money is going towards food every month. You'll be like, wow, did I really need that Starbucks for maybe the 6th time this month? And it's really an eye-opener because you're able to kind of see concrete, tangible numbers of what your spending habits are. So that's always a really great activity, and I encourage you guys to do that for the next month. Next, we're going to talk about budgeting for expected and also unexpected expenses. So with our expected expenses, we're going to have 2 categories. They're going to be actual expenses and variable. With actual expenses, those are the things that are fixed, that have fixed payments, things like your rent, your car payment, student loans. Those are always going to be the same payment every single month. While variable expenses are things that can fluctuate in payment, but you still have to pay them monthly. So things like groceries, utility bills, again, those things, your water bill might fluctuate a little bit more, or your electricity in the summertime might be a little higher than your electricity in the winter time. But we want to make sure we're calculating the average of those costs. And when in doubt, just guess a little bit higher. You rather have maybe a little bit of extra left over rather than be too short. And then we also want to calculate for those unexpected expenses. So things like sudden loss of employment or medical emergencies. So we want to be able to create that emergency fund that we talked about a little bit earlier. So we can initially start with $500 to $1,000 and then develop it into at least 3 months of income. Because again, in case anything happens, we want to give you guys kind of a bumper or a little buffer security net to be able to keep up with all your expenses while you're either recovering, while you're looking for other employment, things like that. So it's always a good idea to have something like an emergency fund. Lastly, on our kind of tips for budgeting is to review and evaluate monthly. So you spend a month kind of doing all these steps. Once you get to the end of it, talk about, reflect on those financial goals that you set. And especially in the beginning of the process of when you're just starting out budgeting, it's important to kind of go back and reflect on the things that you did, the things that you enjoyed doing, stuff that you had trouble doing, and kind of assess what needs to be done for that. And look at any monthly deficits that need to be addressed. And any surplus can just be added to your savings. So if you end up having any extra money at the end of that month, go ahead and put it in that savings to continue with that emergency fund or anything else that you are looking to save up for. But it's very important to take a moment and look at how the month went and fix any kind of nicks in the system if you found yourself having any. So something I did want to mention kind of after all these tips is something that you can do if maybe you're nervous about starting budgeting is budgeting apps. Budgeting apps are a great resource if you are new to budgeting and need some help to kind of get you going. These are a bunch of budgeting apps that our Family Foundation's partner recommends. So we have Pocket Guard. It's free. You can customize your own budget, and it connects to your bank account so it can detect reoccurring bills and income. We also have Mint, which is also free, and you're able to customize your budget, but also offers a default budget as well if thinking about customizing a budget is a little too much. It also connects to your bank account and it alerts you when you go over budget, has bill reminders, and also monitors your credit for you. There's also one called Honeydew, which this one is also free, but it's ideal for couples. So it lets couples see each other's finances in one place. So it lets you have alerts. It also has a kind of chat function so you can chat each other, but you can also choose how much you want to share. So you don't have to share all of your stuff with your partner, but it allows you to kind of choose how much you want to see, but it allows you to kind of see both of your income, both of your finances in one place. And there's also Memvelopes. That's a little hard to pronounce. Memvelopes, which is free. It's basically a virtual envelope method. If you've ever heard of that, putting kind of your cash money in an envelope and kind of putting it away for a certain amount of time, and then looking at to see how much you've made. I've seen people do every time you get a $5 bill, you put it away, or anytime you get a $10 bill, you put it away, stuff like that. But this one's virtual, so you can customize different envelopes. So you can have one for a vacation or have one for Christmas, and it syncs to your bank account. And this one would be really good for an emergency savings. You can have emergency savings and then have them take out a certain amount ever so often. So that's also very customizable as well. So these budgeting apps are a great resource. So talking about resources, I wanted to bring up Family Foundation. So we partner with Family Foundations to kind of give you the financial coaching side of things. They have amazing resources on their website. You can find that at www.accesseducation.org/resources. They have things like budgeting worksheets that you can work through, as well as financial calculators for a bunch of things. So I wanted to make sure you guys were aware of that. And they are our partner with Steps to Success, so you guys will have access to a financial coach if you decide to become clients with us. So that is the end of our presentation today. Again, that was on budgeting. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to us. We'll make sure to get back to you. Again, that is our contact information. You can find us at www.lssjax.org. That's our location information, and our phone number is 904-730-8254. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.